What is up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm ACHARA Kirk, joined by Michael.
Hello.
And we are going to be checking out a pitch meeting today. This is Star Wars The Last Jedi pitch meeting revisited. So just so you know, I think he already did a pitch meeting for this, and this is just his revisited series where he comes back to it after some time, and maybe he's got some different opinions, or I don't know what. I haven't seen too many of his revisited ones, but I really enjoy his pitch meetings. I'm excited to get into this. We had a little bit of a chat off screen, and I'm just going to relay
quick recap.
Just do some of the discussion here on camera. But I said that actually I didn't mind The Last Jedi. Like, I actually quite liked it at the time when I watched it, bearing in mind I've only seen it once.
I'm going to be honest. I think the order of... I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy.
I don't think anyone is, to be fair.
If I had to put them in order of like the ones I liked, it would probably be the top one is Force Awakens. That one was like pretty decent for like what it was. Then next is Last Jedi. It wasn't my favorite, but it's not Rise of Skywalker. Like anything is better than Rise of Skywalker. That movie made me so irrationally mad within like the first 5 minutes. It's really, really hard to get lower as far as Star Wars content goes than Rise of Skywalker, if I'm honest.
We're hopeful, for stuff going forward.
I mean, the limited series and stuff like that have been amazing. So like they're doing some stuff good. I don't know if another film trilogy is gonna be it.
Yeah, so anyway, let's get into this, you guys. But before we do, please don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, all notifications, and upvote this video. All right, here we go.
Hi everybody, this is Ryan George from the thing you're currently watching. Please enjoy this pitch meeting for The Last Jedi that I made several years ago, and then stick around after because I'm going to just say stuff. And while you're doing that, I'm going to draw something Star Wars related. Okay, so we have a lot of great stuff set up from The Force Awakens that we have to pay off in this movie, so let's start with Snoke. What do you have planned for Snoke? Sure, well, you know how he was this dark, ominous hologram figure? Yeah. Well, in Episode 8, we're going to see him in person, and he's going to be more of like a disfigured old playboy.
No.
He is. Yeah, he's like a really flashy
disfigured old playboy.
Probably give you if you rent a suite at a Trump hotel. Interesting. Yeah, so overall, he looks like if Hugh Hefner fell face first in a shot, and then they did their best. So
Oh no.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you know how in the first movie it was like, who is this guy? What's his deal? Yeah. Well, in this movie we confirm that he's like an evil guy. Oh, okay. Saving him for a bigger role in Episode 9. No, he dies. He does.
Oh, this was the biggest thing. This was the biggest problem.
Do you think the fans are going to be disappointed, or what do you mean?
We were.
Well, I mean, we kind of baited fans for 2 years with questions like, who's Snoke? And now he's dead.
Yes.
Right, that's what makes it so surprising. Oh, true. I didn't think of it that way. Plus, it gives more weight to the reveal of Rey's parents. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Don't even start about Rey's parents.
Yeah, no, they did a lot of weird things. I mean, just in the series in general, but to like get a character that we'd all just been like, oh my god, what's
like,
the deal?
Who is this guy? Like, I want more answers, and then they were really like, just a big heaping pile of nothing.
Yeah, they just kept doing it.
Over and over again. I could go on for lengths at how I perfectly would envision that trilogy going, but that's a whole nother thing. So
yeah, about that. They are nobody. Oh, really? Yeah, Kylo Ren says he saw it in a vision, so they're dead. They're nobody. Is he telling the truth?
Confirmed.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna kind of gloss over it. Okay, so what about the other big cliffhanger? What's that? Well, at the end, Rey is handing Luke his lightsaber back. It's like a huge moment. Oh yeah, well he just tosses it over his shoulder like garbage. Oh. Yeah, and then he squeezes some boobs and goes fishing. Whose boobs? Just this big alien sea cow with 4 boobs. A big alien sea cow with 4 boobs.
I was obsessed.
And then the alien sea cow with
I
4
loved
boobs
it.
looks at Rey like...
with the milk.
Hey.
So we're really
Good
taking
times.
all the stuff that The Force Awakens set up and just throwing it out the window. Pretty much, yeah. But here's the thing. I don't think JJ actually had answers to those questions. What makes you say that? Well, I mean... You've seen Lost. True, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so I figure let's just kind of wipe the slate clean. Fair enough, let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Can I add that in? Sure, thanks. And actually,
I
there
don't
is
like
one
that.
big question we are going to answer in here. What's that? How does Kylo Ren look without a shirt on? Was that a big question?
Okay,
Don't
but wait.
tell me you've
but
never
wait.
wondered.
Short anecdote. When I watched this movie in theaters, I was visiting my dad. We saw it in like the kind of Christmas weekend premiere or whatever. And the theater was packed, and we didn't buy our tickets beforehand, so we were like second row of the theater.
Oh my God.
So I'm staring up at what is already a disproportionately sized screen as I'm just looking at it. And then they showed this scene of Kylo with his shirt off. I don't think he could get any wider in my perspective than what I was looking at, just like straight up. It was insane.
And how did you feel about his body?
You know what? I really love Adam Driver, and I think he is a beautiful, beautiful tree trunk of a human being, but that shot did not do him justice. It's just, he's so wide. He's so wide. He's like a wall. It's insane.
No, I don't think I have. Well, the answer is surprisingly good. Well, okay. Yeah, dude works out. So what else happens in the movie?
Amazing.
Oh, well, there's a really powerful scene where Kylo Ren, with his shirt on, is gonna kill his mom, Leia, like he killed his father. Exactly, but at the last second, he stops himself. Wow. But then it's too late. Leia's command post is hit by another ship from the First Order. Incredible. Yeah, and we see her body floating through space, and it's a really beautiful end for the character because you should have her fly back. What? Leia, have her fly back like Mary Poppins.
So mad.
How? You know Mary Poppins? Yeah, I know Mary Poppins. Have her fly back like Mary Poppins. But how? She uses the Force? I don't know. Okay. I mean, I don't really have plans for her for the rest of the movie, but she could be in a coma. It's cool.
Yeah,
no, sure.
right.
I'll have her fly back like Mary Poppins.
Great.
Awesome, thanks. I really like Mary Poppins.
Oh my God.
So I'm still not getting exactly what this movie is about. Okay, well basically imagine a car chase. Yeah, sounds exciting. Now imagine that chase was happening in space and really slowly.
Oh God, so
right?
many people
So basically that's it. The
died.
First Order is waiting for the Resistance to run out of fuel so they can blow them up. That doesn't
then they
sound super thrilling. It's not. And also
not.
the Resistance can't go light speed because the First Order can track them now. So they just kind of float around for the whole movie. So then Finn and this new character Rose go on a super long side quest that doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
It was
Not even a
entirely
little.
pointless.
And they go to this casino city and they see like slave children and slave animals. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, and they manage to free the animals, so they're like, you know what? No matter what happens, this was worth it. Not the slave children?
Nope.
No, they're still slaves.
Yep.
And what's the deal with this Rose character? Why is she in this? Well, she's there so Finn can have someone to say funny things to. Right, makes sense. Also at the end of the movie, Finn is gonna make this amazing self-sacrifice and save the day, and she swoops in and stops him. Why? Because she wanted a little kiss. Oh, that's...
Oh, yeah.
No, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Because there was no romantic chemistry there.
Absolutely
whatsoever.
zero.
And she stops him from saving the day. Doesn't that put everybody's lives in danger? It does.
Yes.
I mean, Luke shows up and saves the day, but she didn't know that was gonna happen.
People
Now, what about some of the other
died.
characters? What about BB-8? Well, BB-8 is now a superhero. Really? Yeah, he's basically the best fighter in the movie. Wow.
Yeah.
What about Captain Phasma? Oh, well, I thought she was really underused in the first movie. Agreed. So I did that again. Oh. Yeah, and
Amazing.
also she dies. Wow.
Yep.
But we do find out her armor is like really strong, like blaster proof. How come only she has that armor and not all the stormtroopers? I don't know.
Never gonna
And
explain
Rey?
it.
Yeah, she gets a lot stronger in this movie with little to no training or struggle. It's like the classic hero's journey, but you cut out all the middle stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
What else
Which
happens?
is
We have
terrible.
R2-D2
Awful.
and C-3PO. They both show up and they're like,
Hi,
Hey,
we're here.
in this. Fan service.
Yeah.
And also there's a purple-haired vice admiral that keeps secrets for no reason. And Kylo Ren and Rey slide into each other's Force DMs. Okay, now
yeah,
that
that's right.
merchandise.
Yeah,
I hated that
You
bit.
mentioned BB-8, but I feel like we need something new to sell toys. Yeah, makes sense. I know it's gonna be tough to come up with something that people just blindly throw money at. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Really? Yeah,
porgs,
just
right?
what are two creatures that people find cute? I don't know, seals.
Oh, that's adorable.
Perfect.
Even
I'll mix
cuter.
those two together and put a bunch of them on New
Yep,
Island.
it's a porg.
Yeah.
Incorporate
Yeah.
that
Yep,
into
it's the
plot
porg.
somehow?
No.
Okay, this is fun. What else can we come up with? Okay, what are some amazing gifts you'd surprise your wife with? I don't know, maybe a puppy or some jewelry. Okay, so
Yeah.
how about...
Oh,
Oh.
There you go. It's a little celestial gunfight going on. Star Wars. You get it? Do you understand?
I get the
So
joke.
Last Jedi pitch meeting. This wasn't. This was just verbatim how that actual pitch went. So I didn't have to do
100%.
much work on this one. Funny enough, I
Agreed.
credit this pitch meeting with the fact that I am still making pitch meetings today,
Oh.
and I will explain. Give me a second.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
Getting to it.
Okay,
I've
I'm
mentioned
strapping
before,
in.
The very first pitch meeting I ever did on Screen Rant was for Justice League. You
Yeah, I
guys
remember
all
that one.
Remember that movie with the superheroes?
Yeah, that one.
They would run around And they'd be like, hey, let's start a league. League of our own.
League of Our Own. There's no crying in superhero movies.
Come on. Hey, stop. What am I talking
no.
about? So as you remember, that movie was super divisive. You had one side being like, hey, what the hell was that? And then other people were like, hey, I liked it. I didn't mind it. And then both sides were like, I disapprove.
Kill each
of what
other.
you say,
Yes.
But I will defend to the death your right to say it. Remember that? Remember when that happened? So in the midst of all that online conversation, my pitch meeting for Justice League landed there, you know? It was
just kind of, I'm going to put this here and see what happens.
And Screen Rant had kind of let me give this concept a try with that video. So then it did well, and they were like, all right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
You know,
it's been going well.
Yeah, I mean, they're great.
Video where, you know, a video does well, and then you try to do more, but they don't do as well, and then it all kind of peters out. And I don't mean that as being offensive to anyone named Peter watching. It's just, it's not my fault that your name is also a verb that's
that
like
is
a
bad.
slow, uninteresting death.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's not on me. And so after Justice League, I did 5 pitch meetings, and they did okay, but not as great as Justice League did. So there were signs of future petering. But then a crazy
That's cute.
I see what you did there.
After that crazy divisive movie, this other divisive movie comes out.
Yeah.
And everyone's up in arms again. You have one side being like, I didn't like that. Why was Luke squeezing a boob? And then the other side was like, I quite liked the Luke boob grab thing.
That's what I, you know, that's my deviant art.
Lies, hatred is foolish in this world that is growing more and more closely interconnected. We have to learn to tolerate each other. We have to learn to put up with the fact that some people will say things we don't like. We can only live together in that way, but if we are to live together and not die together, we must learn a kind of charity and a kind of tolerance that is absolutely vital to the continuation.
Yeah, no one believes that.
No one's actually doing this.
Yeah.
So I think because this pitch meeting did very well, less than a month after the first pitch meeting did very well, that was kind of a sign that this concept could have some legs.
Actual
and
legs.
Keep doing it, keep it out of the wet, clammy hands of the Peters of this.
The Peters. Why are they wet and clammy?
Question time. Hey Ryan, really great job on the content you're doing. I gotta ask, which movie pitch meeting took you the longest to do? I'd have to say probably Tenet, because that
who understands
me
Tenet?
having to understand Tenet.
Who
If you
involved
understood Tenet on the
understands
first
Tenet?
watch, that's great. You know, I'm very proud of you. But I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I love this
had
movie.
To do research.
Wait, what?
I love this movie. Okay, I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan.
I'm a Christopher Nolan fan as well, but I thought this movie was pretentious AF.
I agree, but I mean, like, that's kind of Christopher Nolan's shtick in a way.
It is, but at least a lot of the time with Christopher Nolan films, yes, they are pretentious a little bit. You know, it's like you gotta just try and follow the plot, and there's a lot of stuff going on. But it's at least like really exciting and interesting. This one, I was like, this feels like someone going, I'm really smart. Haha, look at me.
No, you're 100% right.
And it's like, I couldn't stand it.
I like the base concept enough that I was willing to just like head empty, just kind of smile through the film, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I definitely, as I was sitting down and like lying in bed after having watched it, started going, wait, but that doesn't make sense. Wait, but then how does that work? But I don't know. If I keep thinking about this too long, it's going to make my head hurt and I'm not going to get to sleep. So, like, you know, if you just go in for like a fun, weird, timey-wimey kind of paradoxical action movie, good time. Like, it's not my favorite movie on the planet. It's not my favorite movie Christopher Nolan's done, but like, I enjoyed it genuinely.
I guess like Jabby had a lot of those similar issues where, because I watched it with him and then afterwards he was the same. He's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Like,
upon further analysis, it falls apart 100%.
Yeah. And so I was just like, I did the same. I was like, dude, don't think about it too hard. You have to just kind of put the concepts on the back burner, right in the back of your brain as you're watching it, and just be like, okay, I'm going to go through with this. But I think for me, it was just the general attitude of the film where I was like, it feels too like self-aware.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It does feel like it's like, I'm the smartest person in the room, and in order to understand me, you must be also the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Yes. No, I totally understand it. I can see where like the aversion to the pretension of the movie comes from.
Although I can definitely see why he needed the longest time to make the pitch meeting, because how are you supposed to break something down or tear it apart in a way when you don't understand it? So I feel sorry for him in that regard.
100%. That must have been a headache. I mean, just watching the movie.
I had to look at graphs and charts and stuff for me to kind of grasp what the hell that was, and then summarize it in 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Question, what was ever the purpose or origin of the pitch meetings for actors? I just remembered them and wondered how they came to be. Those were kind of an attempt to branch out pitch meetings into various avenues, and I didn't, I did a couple of them and I didn't quite love it. Creatively, it felt like I was punching up an IMDb page. Didn't love it, didn't quite
Honestly,
make sense conceptually. Why would there be a pitch meeting for that? And so the Peters won on that one. They got, clammed it up.
They
little pause. Hey Ryan, really love the show. Here's my question for the next one. How do you decide what article to use for the end of the videos? Do you decide, or is it suggested by Screen Rant?
Yeah,
No,
that's a good
Screen Rant
one.
doesn't require me to put any articles in particular. Basically, I just look at whatever articles have been written on Screen Rant about whatever movie I'm pitching, and I see which one I could kind of turn into a punch.
Scroll through the list and find the funny one.
I gotta leave now. I gotta go. So thank you so much for watching this. And if you have questions, please leave them in the comment section. That's very helpful when I'm making these revisited things.
That's great. I really enjoy that. Like,
the revisiting and like the analysis afterward is super fun.
Yeah, because you kind of get a look into it that you don't normally get to do. And so I really appreciate that. But I mean, I guess watching the pitch meeting, I think I might have already seen it before, but like watching it again, I'm like, yeah, I know. I realize that there were issues with The Last Jedi. And especially when he points them out, I'm like, okay, I get it.
I understand.
But all I remember is at the time of watching, I was like, oh, this is cool because it's different. And I'm coming at it at the time from a kind of different perspective because I was a very casual fan at the moment of watching it. So I was like, this feels really different from a lot of the Star Wars that I've seen.
Right.
And so I'm willing to kind of enjoy it and give it a chance. But then when I heard all the hardcore Star Wars fans kind of just break down what the problems were, what the issues were, I was like, okay, fair.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's fair. I am a hardcore Star Wars fan. I have been since I was very little. My dad introduced me to the original trilogy. I've watched the whole thing. My overall analysis on like as far as the movies go, I had the recent opportunity back during like shutdown and quarantine and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh God, we had many opportunities to revisit things.
I watched all of the movies in chronological order of release with my wife's little half siblings. Like little kids. It was their first introduction to Star Wars. And like watching them enjoy the movies kind of made me go, all right, I can see that there are things that are worthwhile and enjoying. So like as much as I can fume and spew vitriol about the sequel trilogy, there is something to be enjoyed for like the younger audiences that are just being introduced to the Star Wars franchise and things like that. That like I had to kind of take a step back and be like, all right, people are allowed to enjoy what they enjoy, and like these kids are having a great time watching these sequel movies, and they have no concept or understanding of like the broader story arcs that I have a problem with. So like I'm just gonna sit back and let them have that. The movies can be enjoyed for what they are. Are they my favorite? Are they a good representation of what I think Star Wars should be doing? No. Am I the one in charge of those decisions? Also no.
No. Sadly, no.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, but this was really great. And also, I mean, recently I've been getting into the animation. I've been watching Star Wars Rebels.
Ooh, very good.
So good.
Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't been watching the animation, I've not got into Clone Wars yet just because it's massive.
Yeah, that's a whole thing you got to really strap in for.
Yeah, but 100%. Rebels, I'm like, this is top tier Star Wars content right here. So if you love Star Wars and you've not been watching the animation, you're missing a trick, and you should definitely do that.
100%.
And we have reactions to that, by the way. So, quick plug for Patreon. You can join our Patreon or memberships and hang out with us and watch the show. So anyway, this was great, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please give Michael a follow on his social media, and we'll catch you next time. I'm ACHARA Kirk. That's what you say your name.
I'm Michael. Hello.
Goodbye. We'll catch you next time. Ciao.
Bye.